Hello, thank you so much for tuning into this video. My name is Hime, and I'm currently on my lunch break, and I have about a half an hour before I go back. So, what did I decide to do instead of eat? I turned off my notifications just now, plugged in my laptop, and decided, hey, let me just talk about my latest release. It's actually out today. It's called Sepia, and it is definitely lo-fi inspired. And it is also inspired a little bit by a song that I wrote a number of years ago about Charlie Brown, like the Peanuts Charlie Brown and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It is definitely more imperfect in its sound and even in terms of like I didn't put things on the grid and stuff, but yeah, I'm not gonna fully play it now because it's really slow. Okay, now here's the thing. I've heard that lo-fi is supposed to be pretty slow, right? In between what BPM? Like between 50 for some BPM up to like 82, 85 BPM. That's kind of where lo-fi kind of goes. And so I guess I chose a bit more of like a sleepy lo-fi type of BPM to some degree. I chose 70. I thought it was a good sweet spot. And because my mind doesn't work with just 70 BPM, I tend to work in 140, so I double it, And yeah, so let's actually just hear one part maybe. Let's just go with that here. Like, oh, why don't I hear it? No. You know what? It's because I got it on mute. I swear that's like the best part of the song, okay? Okay, half kidding. I'm half kidding. Just want to go through it really quickly, or as quickly as at least I can. So I should have actually done a better job with the organizing. I should have changed the colors of the bass, the piano, all this stuff. I didn't. It is what it is. So, what type of producer am I for doing this? Gosh, everybody, just organize. I'm not leading by example, but still. All right, so let's go with this one. This is actually the ambience part, ambience, the ambient part. Um, I basically recorded this with my boyfriend's H2N recorder back in 2018, and the sound that you'd be hearing, kind of like in the background, was actually, let's see. So I used to work in downtown Toronto, and I live outside of the outside of the six, and so I had to take the GO train in, and I basically took out his recorder and recorded the train coming to the platform. So you'd hear like, let's see, like some of those bells. And I was such an unprofessional recorder type. Like I didn't do field recordings well or anything. I didn't care. I kind of thought that was part of like the lo-fi cool thing anyway, back in 2018. And I've kept a lot of those recordings, so I thought, yo, like it's just cool, right? So even though I was hitting it or whatever, not directly hitting it, I wasn't like a, you know, trying to assault my recorder, but I wasn't trying to get like good angles on it or whatever. Yeah, you hear a lot of just additional artifacts that were made by me. So yeah, in terms of the relative processing, I I mean, I put like a stereoizer on it, but I also EQ'd it. This is what it actually sounds like. This is it with the bypass. So, yeah, I want to kind of keep some of the low end still, just like 100 in a sense, a little bit of like the 100. So, yeah, that's what I did. That's what you know, I wanted for ambience. Other people usually have rain or kids in the background or something. I ain't got kids, so I don't really want kid recordings like or anything. So, you know, I just go with what I got, and what I got happened to be from the Go Train. Next. Hmm. Uh-oh, did that make me sound sus? There's a lot of crazy shit going on. So, anyway, not going into that. So, next is sitar. So, the idea with the sitar, um, it came from two places. One, I was just moving out of a town, and I guess like the main demographic may also know the sitar in a sense. Like I came from like Brampton, so I like the sound of the sitar. So please guys, don't come after me, don't hate me. And anyway, that's one thing. And then the other part of it was that actually on my older, like way older track, I ended up actually using like these sitar sounds too in a different way. So not these same ones, but I used like the sitar instrument from Studio One for it. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's add those in. Now, what I ended up doing for one sitar was I panned it to the left, to the left, to the left, and in my send, I put the analog delay, and I believe I put a reverb, and I might have put something else. Let's see. No, just those two. And I just want to shout out like the analog delay from Studio One. I've used that for years. I love it. Even though I have even replica, I use this more than anything else. Love it to pieces. Right? So let's see. Right. So what I like is that you can kind of hear a little in the right, but it's mainly panned left. So I just like it a lot. And then the next one was, or is, right, it's pretty simple. That's another part that we'd get to. Anyway, um, let's see. If we're working our way up, we got the kick. All right. Basically, not really quantized or anything. Then after the kick, we got like a rim shot, which is pretty low in the beat, but yeah. Also another snare. Another in a clap, which usually happens on the four, I believe. Yeah. Also some other ones. I guess I was kind of going for the drunk drummer type of thing. I don't know how well I did with it, but I'm sticking with that, my reasoning for that. So, altogether, though, for the most part, this is what the drums would sound like with even like the other perks. Like, these are my attempts at lo-fi, guys. These are my attempts. All right, let's keep working up. All right. Next, I've got just the Rhodes sound here. I guess it's a Rhodes. Let's see. Yeah. I love panning things left to right a lot. Um, so that's why I did that. I think I got some. I think this is a lead. Yep. That's a lead. And then we're going to get to the piano here. So I have this usually like inclination to just play whatever the heck I want on the piano. And even if I kind of make a mistake, I try to keep it. And part of that is because I used to be I'm a perfectionist, and I'm working towards being less of a perfectionist and thinking that I have to be perfect, and that includes my piano playing. And because I don't play piano as often as I used to, you know, there's a lot of insecurity and ego that goes into it for me. So I have to kind of like take a step back and be like, okay, whatever it is, just go with it. Just print it. Just bounce it. So, all right, so that's kind of the first part, and then not kind of. That is the first part, and then the next part's just let's see, where can I get it here? Right. So again, it's just me improving. I went with two chord, well, kind of like two chord progressions in a sense. Found a way to link them, and it worked. It allows for the track to kind of actually have a legitimate progression or movement, opposed to just taking instruments in and out. Um, and that's kind of what I wanted for this. It also kind of has like, it reminds me of one of my first attempts at lo-fi, which was Wallflower Love, that I think came out in 2018. And I've learned that technically it's not lo-fi, but it still sounds good. And I was more of a perfectionist on that one than I was on this. So, yeah. And there's a part here. Okay. I wrote it here. It's messed up piano. Basically, where is it? You can hear the filter going. Here it is. So I have two filters going. One is this auto filter, and the other is actually in my master, which is probably not a good idea, but still. It's the shaper box filter. So we have both of them going. So it sounds like this. Like, right. Without this, it's just. And then the reason why I chose to use this filter is because I made a bit of mistake on the chord and I wanted to kind of hide it. And I totally forgot that I was going to be doing a video like this at some point. So, yeah. Is actually. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. I should have turned it off because I was bypassing. Yeah, so I think I kind of messed that up and I didn't want that to be heard. So kind of went with that. Let's turn that back on. Then wind and rain. Rain. Love it. Okay. What's the secret to wind and rain? Labs. Spitfire Audio Labs. That's it. I, of course, EQ'd, and I actually, oh, all right, nice. I like what I did there. I did a wide pan, or a wide stereo, center pan, and I don't know why I did this. I probably did the most. I like when things are very wide. All right. I'm very hyper right now because I'm on lunch. Okay. My God given half hour. All right. Next. The Loop Woods. I guess. Let's see. Yeah. I do very simple EQs for a lot of things too. I'm more of a subtractive EQ type of person opposed to additive. I used to be more additive before, and like when I first started, and a lot of my tracks were absolute garbage, and I didn't understand why. I just heard things like, "Oh yes, raise this," and I used to do that, not thinking about the context of the song, And I never realized you had to kind of cut a lot of the things that you don't really need. I'm still learning how to do it, of course, but I think I'm a lot better at it now. And yeah, so the loop, the woods loop, it's like that's what I call it, or it's loop woods. It's actually crazy. I didn't even think about tanning that. I just liked what I heard. Wow. All right. Next, we've got big stereo choir. Hmm. Strawberry flutes. This is all from, I believe, Arturia. Ooh, along with, I should have mentioned, of course, the wind and rain, as well as the bitten bumblebee, which is also from Labs. I love Labs, man. And also, I guess this is technically not lo-fi because I've used so many instruments, but it doesn't matter. I like it still. Yeah. Oh, the bitten bumblebee. Yeah, it sounds like it's really biting. It's like a trumpet sound, I believe. So, all right. So, yeah, then we just have like our regular bass and stuff. I have two different bass um, lines, I guess, going. They're pretty simple. All right. So, where is it? All right. I didn't do anything really impressive with it. So, yeah. So altogether, it kind of just sounds like this. All right. And that's kind of like my favorite part, actually, when all of the instruments kind of just come in. Um, but yeah, there's one thing that I think I kind of regret though, and I think, hmm, that would be the BPM. It might actually be too slow, meaning I didn't fully serve the song. It's a shame. I'm thinking if I have this at 140, I'm just for experimental purposes. No, wait a second. 146. Uh oh. Does it not like it? Uh oh. I just caused a problem. It doesn't like it. That's okay. All right, so that's basically all there is to my track. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning into this. If you don't mind, you can always go to Spotify and listen to the whole thing. Or, I mean, you can follow me here too. And I look forward to doing some more kind of like beat breakdowns. So thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.